Last week, we began by asking, what is international business law, and does it even exist? In a way, international law is a misnomer because, as we saw, there are no uniform codified sets of international legal rules. The rules there are cannot be enforced, and international courts really only have jurisdiction if the parties have agreed to it. The concept of sovereignty means that each state has the absolute authority to govern itself. So no set of supranational rules can supersede the country's own domestic rules unless that country agrees to it. Sound confusing? Let's begin by categorizing international law so we can understand it better. Let's distinguish public international law from private international law. Public international law involves the relationships between nations, countries. It covers the law of treaties, which are agreements between countries as to how they'll behave or what responsibilities they will undertake. When most people think of international law, they think of the United Nations, which embodies public international law. The second category, and one which every business person should be familiar with, is private international law. This law encompasses all the international legal rules that apply to private parties, such as businesses and individuals, in international commercial and legal transactions. For example, when you enter into a cross-border contract, what law will apply? When you sell or transport goods to another country, who bears the risk of loss of those goods? What are the rules for suing or looking for evidence in other countries? Private international law is also influenced by public international law and the domestic law of each jurisdiction. In domestic law, the main actors are individuals, businesses, and the government. But international law is a bit more complicated when it comes to these players. This week, you will analyze and identify the different actors in international business law and consider the difficulty and opportunities in establishing rules to govern their behavior and relationships.